My name is Gabe Gonzales. I wrestle here at Grandview, and I am a national champion. It kind of started at a little bit of a young age, probably around like 4th, 5th grade. I seen my brother wrestling. He was like 9 years older than me, so he was wrestling in high school and stuff, and then I decided to go out for it in 6th grade, and then just kind of fell in love with it ever since. I was like, okay, maybe I can be good at wrestling. Just gotta start putting in a little bit more work, and then I won that state title my sophomore year, and then I knew like, oh, I gotta win 2 more now. So I think that's just like wanting to constantly get better. I knew I wanted to keep jumping levels and stuff. My hometown, our team was like 6 guys, and it was the 6 same guys every year. So I grew up around those guys, wrestling them every single year, and it was the same 5 kids, 6 kids. And so here it's like 70 kids that are all state champs, state placers from their own states, and I think that's a big adjustment for sure. So here it's championship lifestyle, you know, you got to do every little thing you want to try to be the best at, and so that's probably number 1. I had to learn that losing is okay. I think I remember a little bit my freshman year, in 8th grade year, I was always crying after I lost. Like every single match I lost, I would throw a fit. And I had to learn that it doesn't really matter, you know, it's just wrestling. And you overcome that stuff. And once you learn that, it's fine. So like, I don't think people really believed in me, or like they were like kind of brushed me off a little bit. And so I started like really getting good at wrestling then, and I had to prove people wrong then. Definitely my fight is a little bit better now, and a lot of technical stuff. I feel like I definitely jumped levels on the technical side. I got a lot more dynamic in my wrestling. It was a weird situation, you know, wrestling Aiden. It was kind of a weird situation. I can't really beat myself up too much about that. Aiden Reeves is very big on details in wrestling, and so I feel like that was something I was missing when I first got to college, was those little details. And so once I started rolling with him a lot more, I definitely jumped levels. The moment I think I noticed was that when I locked up the cradle in the finals, I heard Aiden and Hendo was like, you're gonna get this, don't rush it. And I knew I had to like be patient with it, or I'm not gonna get it. And once I felt him go over, I knew there was gonna be a pin.
Left elbow.
Left elbow.
Yes. Hips in. Don't force.
Yep.
Go. You're gonna get it. Count. Oh, he's pinned. He's pinned. You're a sicko. Oh my God.
It was great. I know Aiden was super happy. I loved being Coach Henderson's first national champion. You know, that was awesome to be a part of that. My dad was there this year. He was on the side of the mat. My high school coach, which is actually my only other coach other than the Grandview coaches. So I grew up being coached under him my whole life. So they were very proud of me, and I think all my family back home, they were all watching and they loved it. I mean, I don't really see it as like, oh, like I'm number 1, like these guys are hunting me down. I think every year I'm just gonna try to get better, you know, like I don't really worry about those guys, and it's hard to focus on other things out there when you got guys in here that are so good trying to beat you up every day, you know what I mean? And so you got to try to get those guys, and then everything else just comes kind of natural and easy. Just if one thing doesn't work, there's always something else after that. I feel like in our training, we do a lot of chain wrestling stuff to where you go to hit one move, and if that's not there, then you're gonna go to the next, and if that's not there, then there's a 3rd option, a 4th option, and if not that, then you're gonna completely reset. And I think that training part is huge in that. And so I think having a good mindset and just relying on other people, being able to communicate with your coaches, your teammates whenever something is wrong, I feel like that is huge. Hopefully by my senior year, I'll be a 3-time national champ, and I wanna stay number 1 pound for pound, and hopefully be able to graduate and get all my degrees that I need. I gotta start being a leader, you know, that thing is definitely huge. You gotta start looking out for these younger guys and give back a little bit. And you know, it's kind of hard whenever you are growing up as like a freshman, sophomore, you're like, oh, I gotta take as much as I can, I gotta become the best, try to give as much as you can, and then you gotta turn it around and be like, all right, now I gotta show these guys the way. I gotta be at 100% almost every day for these guys, and I think that's something that I love. I just want to be known as a good leader and a good teammate. I like to joke around, have fun. I feel like when I try to be too locked in, it's almost bad for me. I feel like I got to make jokes, have fun, listen to good music. I think when you make it fun, it's a lot easier to wrestle, because when you're constantly like trying to beat yourself up every day, that wears down on you, and it's not that fun. So.